Today, we're going to look at how PlanXcel is changing the game, turning that mountain of data into a clear path for making decisions. All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll dive into the big data problem that pretty much every project planner faces. Then, we'll see how you get your data from P6 into PlanXcel super easily. We'll look at how to visualize your project's health, hunt down the root cause of any problems, and even play with its powerful forecasting tools. And finally, we'll see how it all comes together to get you smarter, faster results. You know, modern projects just spit out an incredible amount of data. Your P6 schedule, it's supposed to be a goldmine of information. But let's face it, its complexity can make it almost impossible to see the forest for the trees. All that detail can actually get in the way of clear, quick analysis.
Does this feel familiar? You're just staring at your screen, scrolling and scrolling through this endless sea of activities, trying to connect the dots. You're trying to figure out why there are delays, what's up with the variances. It's so easy to feel completely overwhelmed, like you're drowning in the very data that's meant to be your lifeline.
Think about the old way of doing things. It's hours of manual work, right? You're exporting data, battling clunky spreadsheets, and creating these static reports that are basically out of date the second you print them. PlanXcel offers a totally different path. We are talking about a massive shift from hours of frustrating work to getting dynamic, actionable insights in just minutes. So, how do we make that jump from data chaos to total clarity? Well, PlanXcel acts like this powerful, super intuitive bridge between your raw P6 schedule and the insights you actually need. And, getting started is incredibly simple. It really is just a simple 3-step process. You copy your activities right out of P6, you paste them into a workbook, and with a couple of clicks, you load the data into a PlanXcel template. All the complicated stuff, like mapping and formatting, it just happens automatically. So you can get straight to the analysis without any of the usual setup headaches. Okay, so once your data is loaded, you're going to feel this huge shift in how you see your project. Instead of getting lost in endless rows of data, PlanXcel lets you step back and see the entire project's health at a glance in a way that just makes sense. And this is a total game changer. Seriously, imagine having the health of your entire project right there on one interactive screen. No more juggling a dozen different reports trying to piece the story together. Everything you need to know is right there, in one place. PlanXcel is just packed with these powerful visualization tools. You can generate dynamic S-curves to track your plan versus actuals, create resource histograms to see if you have the right people in the right place, and build out WBS summaries and Gantt charts with just a few clicks. It's all designed to give you a clear, complete view from every angle. Now, the key word here is dynamic. This isn't some static chart in a PDF. You can use these things called slicers to instantly filter your data by any dimension. So for example, you could click a button to see only the electrical work and see if that specific trade is on track across the whole project. Or you can compare the performance of different teams side by side in real time. A high-level overview is fantastic, but the real power comes when you can use that big picture to zoom in and find the source of your problems. So let's see how PlanXcel helps you go from seeing a problem to knowing exactly what's causing it. PlanXcel makes variance analysis incredibly clear. It uses something called the overall weight factor, or OWF, which is just a smart way of measuring how important each task is to the overall project. So it doesn't just show you that there's a problem, it actually quantifies how much each part of the project is contributing to that problem. You can instantly see where the biggest issues are. So you've spotted a variance at the summary level. The next question is always, okay, but what's causing this? Which specific activities are the real culprits behind that delay? This is what we call the drill down journey. It's like being a detective. You start with that high-level summary, you spot a group with a big variance, and then, boom, you can dive all the way down to the individual activity level. This is how you go from just knowing there's a problem to finding the exact activity that needs your attention right now. Now, finding problems is critical, but what if you could see them coming and act before they become huge issues? That's where the PlanXcel forecast feature comes in. It turns your schedule from a reactive tool into a powerful engine for proactive management. Here's the basic idea. You start with your plan, but as you update your actual progress, the work you've actually completed, PlanXcel automatically recalculates the forecast for the remaining work. It does this based on your team's real-time performance. So if you're behind on one thing, forecast shifts. If you're ahead on something else, it adjusts for that too. The logic behind this is actually pretty brilliant. The system is always looking at the balance of work that still needs to get done. It takes your original plan, subtracts what you've actually completed, and then intelligently redistributes the leftover work over the forecast period. It's always working with what's left. And what this means is you can see right now the impact of your team's current performance on the project's final finish date. You can finally answer that million-dollar question based on how we're working today. Are we still going to hit our deadline? This also lets you create different what-if scenarios to see the future impact of your decisions before you commit to anything. So when you bring all of these capabilities together, the result is a huge change in how you manage your projects. You're not just reacting to problems anymore, you're actively shaping the future of your project. So what's the real advantage here? Well, first, you save a ton of time by automating all that reporting. That directly boosts your productivity, freeing you up from boring data entry so you can focus on actual strategy. You can pinpoint problems faster, create those what-if scenarios with your forecast, and then easily use these dynamic charts to build really compelling presentations for your team and stakeholders. And that really brings us to the final, most important question. Think about your current process right now. Are you spending all your time just working for your data, formatting it, cleaning it, wrestling it? Or is your data actually working for you? PlanXcel is designed to put you back in the driver's seat, giving you the clarity and control you need to make smarter decisions and get amazing results.